Roland Martin had a couple of more than excellent features or segments within his show today. I'm going to do this particular one because this one basically is a pet peeve of mine with Barack Obama. Barack Obama, in my opinion, has not really done all that he could, okay, in order to further the cause of black people. And there are a lot of things that he could have done that would have furthered our cause without, I repeat, without placing one iota of strain on any other community. Now, in this particular clip, we're going to talk about the appointment for the Supreme Court. Now, in my opinion, Barack Obama was full of crap when he appointed Merrick Garland. We have waited more time than we should have in order to get a black woman appointed to the Supreme Court. Okay? Now, Obama, in his first pick, which is, I believe it was Sotomayor, he appointed the first Hispanic member to the Supreme Court, which was a woman. His second pick was Kagan. I believe, I could have gotten the order reversed, okay? But his second pick was another woman, Kagan. And this was a white woman. Obama should have appointed a black woman to one of those spots. Now, again, he did what he did, and they both got confirmed. But this appointment had black woman written all over it. Okay, now I recognize that this particular appointment was going to be difficult no matter who he appointed because of the pushback from the Republicans on allowing him to appoint a Supreme Court justice to replace Scalia. It basically wouldn't have mattered who he stuck in there other than going up to Grassley and to the other members, Republican members of the Senate, and asking them who they wanted, them coming to a consensus on who they wanted, and then him making that particular nomination. So anyway, I'm going to play this clip, and there are a couple other items I'd like to comment on afterwards.
You have Republicans who are coming under fire on Capitol Hill when it comes to the nomination of Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court. Some of them said they wanted to meet with him, then they got lots of criticism, they backed off. To our panel here, here's still what I still find to be interesting, and that is, even though you see these stories, even though you see Garland right there meeting with Democratic senators, I personally still don't have the sense that you have lots of heat. No, in terms of this, okay, fine, folks in D.C. talking about it. Sure, you have some liberal groups who are talking about it. I still believe, had the president nominated a black woman,
oh, absolutely,
there will be a totally different. I mean, I had a black Republican who was very prominent who said, the president did us the biggest favor in the world.
He did.
Exactly. He did them a favor because he stuck a guy up there, which a white guy at that, which basically put no pressure on the Republican leaders in the Senate, because their argument was strictly against the president. They had no argument. They even praised this guy, Garland. And I believe it was Senator Warren Hatch who suggested to Barack Obama that Garland would be a perfect choice. So the pushback now is not obviously against Garland, but it's obviously against President Obama. If they had stuck a black woman up in there, there would have been pushback from Democrats, should have been pushback from black women's groups all over the country, pushback from black women's groups, period, against the Republicans not doing their job. So yeah, that Republican, he just made it plain that Barack Obama did a huge favor for the Republican Party. But this is not the first time that Obama, has bent over and touched his toes as far as dealing with the Republicans. I have been saying for years that he needs to grow a pair. And unfortunately, in this particular case, his balls are missing in action and are not going to show up soon. Now, the one thing that I am thankful for is that they haven't confirmed this guy, and they aren't meeting with this guy, and it doesn't look like they're going to roll over and allow Obama to make this appointment. If that's in fact true, and Clinton, which I'm assuming a Democrat's going to get in there, and I would love Bernie Sanders to get in there, but I don't care who gets in there as long as they're a Democrat. A Democrat is not going to pick this guy. And Roland Martin had spoken with Hillary Clinton and gotten a promise from her, a commitment from her, that if she got in there and Obama had chosen a African-American woman and hadn't been able to get it through, that she was going to turn around and renominate that woman for the position. So anyway, let me continue with the clip.
By nominating Garland and not a black woman. They said the dynamic of this debate right now will be totally different.
Oh, absolutely.
And the heat will be totally different. Chris?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Because see, here's the thing. How long has Merrick been around D.C.? How many times has he been on somebody's short list? So he's basically one of these people who has been nominated as a, quote, safe bet. Big mistake.
Hello, safe bet who never got picked.
Exactly. Over and over and over again. And I think you're absolutely right. If there was a black woman, we would see heat like you have never seen before.
Right.
So what's going to end up happening is this is just going to peter away. And here's the thing. If Hillary ends up winning, I don't know that she's going to even go with Merrick.
Well, in fact, I would not be shocked.
Right.
That if Secretary Hillary Clinton wins the presidency, that Democrats go, no, we're not in any hurry.
Yeah.
I really believe.
Right.
I really believe Senator Chuck Schumer and others would say, because remember, Reid leaves.
Yeah.
If you're Schumer, you can use procedural moves not to move forward. And again, you got Republicans. Senator John Boozman, Arkansas. You have other folks who are trying to meet with him, and they're getting all kind of criticism. But still, fine. Grassley's going to have a conversation with him, on the phone. They ain't moving.
Right.
No.
Okay, so now, just so that's explained, if Clinton wins the presidency, or any Democrat, I don't care who, any Democrat wins the presidency, what could happen at that point is you would be in a lame duck session from the point of the election until the changeover in the presidency and in the Senate. The sitting Senate, obviously being lame ducks, would be in a position to fast track Garland's nomination through the Judiciary Committee and through the Senate for a vote. So during that period of time, they could confirm Merrick. What Roland is saying is that the Democratic leadership wants it's confirmed that there's going to be a Democratic president, and the House is going to change over to Democratic control, that they in turn would now soft pedal the process in order for Merrick not to be confirmed during that period of time. Because remember, from November and into December, and I believe it's approximately December the 10th, from December the 10th through the new year, Congress is not in session, they're in recess. So nothing would be done. So all Schumer would have to do would be to slow down the process through procedural inquiries and in order to not have Garrett confirmed. And that's exactly, if this happens, that's exactly what I hope he does.
The nomination's gonna die in December, and then whoever's the president will get to nominate somebody else. Black woman, if there was a black woman nominee, I'd be sitting up here with a t-shirt saying, "Go girl, my sister, get her into there." I'd be out there, and they would hate me around the whole Capitol because I'd be there every day with my group, my pack, I might even get Chris to come with me. We'd be out there saying, "Put her in." So it was a huge miss moment.
Yeah.
Some moments you only get once, and this was the third time there could have been the moment.
And I think the Obama folks chose to try to play it safe. Oh, this is anything else. It should.
So what the hell are they, trying to do by playing it safe? Number one, if you review Garland's record, and I hope that you will look up his record for yourself. I did, okay, and I believe I did do a video on his record. He is not the one for black people. He's not the one for labor union people. He's not the one for people that are fighting over voting rights. He's not a progressive. He is not a progressive, and that's exactly what we need on that court right now. So I'm just saying something needed to be done, and Obama basically just screwed us. He screwed the Democrats, he screwed progressives, he screwed black people. He basically just screwed us in order to try to get a third Supreme Court nominee appointed, which would tie him, I believe, with Reagan in the modern time for the most appointed Supreme Court justices.
Purely the right move. But again, in an election year, you need that heat, that intensity. And yes. I'm telling you, I'm reading these stories. I ain't feeling it. So I'm not feeling it. I'm not seeing it. And I think you're the Republicans. Yeah, you're tired of people saying, do your job, but that ain't heat.
Look, at the end of the
they
day,
are not phased by that anymore. Clearly,
that ain't heat.
they're not bothered by that anymore at all.
Don't care about that. That's
so why play it safe then if you know they don't care?
Because here's the thing: they don't understand. He played it safe, and they don't understand Republican politics. They really don't. Because in this particular
Republicans understand Republican politics.
No, I think we do. But I think in this particular case, how are you going to put?
Gotcha.
Are you crazy?
Right, it was a bad move.
All I'm saying is okay, all right.
Yeah,
Lost.
All right, folks.
All right, so this obviously is a very important segment. It needs to get out there because, a lot of, Obama was supposed to be the great, quote unquote, black hope as far as the black community was concerned. And that hope has fizzled and basically died. And now we need to get somebody in there that hopefully can help, the black community. Again, handouts, no, I'm not talking about handouts. We're talking about just trying to make things right. In my opinion, Hillary Clinton is just more the same. As a matter of fact, it's been commented constantly that she will just be a continuation of Barack Obama's presidency, and she clings to him closer than a damn wet blanket. Bernie Sanders, I honestly believe, would be able to get more things done if we can give him the weapons, i.e. flip the Senate, and either this year because of Trump or in 2018 flip the House to give him a majority in both places so that actual work can be done in order to bring justice to all Americans, everyday Americans, and in my case specifically for the black community.